Welcome to Leading Voices by GSF. My name is Antoni Lacinai with a passion for communication and motivation, speaking around the world. But now here I am the host of this YouTube initiative for us. And today I have with me the representative, or perhaps the president, I haven't asked him yet, Lloyd Luna from the Philippines. Hello, Lloyd.
Hello, Anthony. Good to be here. Good to
Well,
see.
it's about time that you and I met for the first time like this. Lloyd, are you the president of PAPS, or are you the Philippines Association, or are you the representative? What is it?
Yeah, I'm back as president, and I founded the organization in 2016. We became member of the Global Speakers Federation in 2017.
So 2 years before you have your 10-year anniversary then.
Right, right.
Yeah, that's going to
Exactly.
be a big party. Yeah. Us in Sweden, we have it now, actually, this year, 2025. So it's a big thing. Okay, great. Good to know. Before we go into your association, tell us about you. What are you passionate about in your line of work? What do you share with the
Um,
world?
I After Global Speaker Summit in 2017 or 2018, can't remember. I did some research about the regional Filipino leadership philosophy that built the world famous rice terraces of the Philippine Cordillera, which was built in 2000 years ago. So my passion has become promoting this indigenous leadership idea because I thought this is supposed to be the solution for our modern day leadership challenges. Go back to the very basic and take some wisdom from the past, apply it now.
So when you speak about leadership, you speak about ancient wisdom
Ancient
and turning
wisdom.
it into today's leadership. How cool is that? I need to listen to your speech as well. That sounds awesome.
Yeah. So
So we
I
already established that your association started some 8 years ago. Can you tell us how that happened?
Well, in fact, it started supposed to start in 2012 because and originally I named it Professional Speakers Association of the Philippines, or PISA. And to my excitement, I started calling some friends who were doing the same thing, talking, speaking, training, and voila! To my surprise, only two people believed in me. So we are three, and we cannot incorporate the organization. And so I said, how come the idea is not to compete with each other? The idea is to collaborate with each other because end of the day, we are not really enemies and competitors. We are supposed to be collaborators because that's the only way to grow the community. No one person can single-handedly take the industry to a higher level and to professionalize the speaking business in the Philippines with only one, two, three people. Impossible to happen. So I said, why are these people not joining me? So I didn't think about that. I said, maybe this is not the time. And so 5 or 4 or 5 years later, I said, maybe I try it again. So this time, 13 people believe in me. We were 14, and we started registering the association, the Securities and Exchange Commission, as an association. And so there we go. Started there. I think started
There we
the
go.
yeah, it started with an idea that didn't fly, and then took some more time uh uh to shelve the idea, and somehow for some reason have it awakened after 4 or 5 years.
I'm guessing that you are a bit more than 14 people right now.
Yes, we are 25, 30.
Hmm?
But prior to pandemic, we had 90 to 100, and the pandemic
So the
struck.
pandemic, you took a hit on that one. Okay, got it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Is that because people didn't survive in that during the pandemic, or what was the reason?
Yeah, I mean, they're still alive, but no longer part of the association because they changed for a career. They put up another business, and now they
Yeah,
are not speaking as
that's
frequently.
actually what I meant. I realized now that was a mistake using those words. All right, but the ones who are members now, why have they chosen to be members?
Well, because they still believe in the power of community. That's what I believe. And I keep telling them that. you can be a speaker on your own. You can be called a paid speaker. But to be a professional speaker is to be part of a community that set a sort of a standard for us all. So if you're not part of a community, it's like a solo kind of like, I mean, all doctors, they're professionals and they have this medical association. So they believe in that idea. And also they believe that they can they can make better business, they can grow better and faster if they are part of a community that look after each other. So that's what I thought.
So based on what you just said, what is your biggest achievement? So what are you most proud of when it comes to your association?
Well, I think we were able to put ourselves in the global community of speaking professionals, because prior we are just, you know, some nation doing speaking and don't have any idea where to go and what to do and how to develop our stuff. I mean, we are part of a bigger community that really set the standard, global standard, so to speak. And so that's a proud moment when during the Global Speaker Summit, um, I I became the first representative of the Philippines in Auckland, New Zealand, and that was also the first time that I got accepted as the one of the board members. So the Filipino community, I thought, and now Filipino speakers have global access in terms of professional speaking worldwide. So we are able to connect with some counterparts in some other countries, 17 associations in total.
All right. So there's a pride of being part of this
Part.
bigger village, bigger tribe, so to say. How about yourself then? If you can list one or two or maybe three activities or things that you do within your association that you believe are success factors.
Well, I thought it's really changing the mindsets from competitors to collaborators. That there's no reason why we should keep fighting and, you know, not helping each other or bringing each other down, because it's not really the point. I mean, it's not the point of being a speaker, especially if we're talking about you and I are both professional motivational speaker. So that's one, changing the mindsets from being competitors to collaborators. And number two is really empowering each other by sharing some good best practices that we experience over the years, experience with clients, good and bad. Um, Hoping to learn from those experiences so we can grow our speaking business. And third is the idea that this is the only way that we can prepare the next generation of professional speakers. Because without this initiative, I thought the incoming speakers, younger people, will just have to do things on their own without guidance and wisdom from the previous generation. So I'm thinking generationally, this should really make that possible.
You should listen to or look into the YouTube clip where we talk to South Africa or Southern Africa, the Professional Speakers Association. They have a great program that they do, bringing in new speakers into the business and helping them to evolve and really become better. You also said that you share knowledge, helping each other out. How do you do that? Is it like a Facebook page, or do you meet regularly? How do you do that?
Oh, interesting, because this year we decided to be more aggressive in terms of recruiting members. And so this year we started what we call the Professional Speakers Academy. Pretty much like the same, more or less the same concept as APSS Speakers Academy. But we thought that to really make sure that they understand the profession, they must go into certain program that discusses the four core competencies of professional speakers. So we introduced the Speakers Academy, and they enroll in there, and then we tell them exactly what are those competencies to develop intentionally so that they become better speakers. So we do that via Zoom, and then we decided we just give them free training and programs, because the last year what we did was we somehow we forced ourselves to really meet face to face, but many people cannot go and didn't go. And so somehow the members felt like, my value for money is not there. So I said, this year we have to be really extra aggressive. So we started the academy, teaching members through the academy, and then organizing um, some more hybrid and virtual trainings and learning programs.
I have a question now that I think I know the answer to. I know what you will answer, but I ask it anyway. What would you say is the one thing that you struggle with? What is the one challenge that you really want to overcome?
Oh gosh, the market, the market, the market. The market isn't prepared for professional speakers. They look at speakers just like, an expert that can give an idea, but they don't have the totality of the scene. The market in the Philippines is not ready to pay as much as 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 US dollars for a speech. Way, way, way low below. And the reason is because they don't have an idea on how we are investing in ourselves as professional speakers. They just thought that we are someone, an expert that can speak, but they don't have an idea that we attend conventions and we become members of this global community, and we invest flying in many parts of the world to learn, etc., etc.
But how do
So
you
the
address that as an association then?
sorry.
How do you address that challenge as an association?
Oh, well, basically it's market education. So every time an organization invites me, I said I'm a professional speaker. We do this. We have this association. We somehow standardize the fee because fee there's no standard. We say this is our prescribed minimum, and anybody can go as much as whatever they want. But this is basically the basic fee. So market education by simply making them aware that there's an existing professional group or community that are really looking after each other so that there will be no unethical practices in the scene. Because there was one time I can remember an organization called me saying, I need you because a speaker that we invited backed out on the day of the event. They said, why did the person back out? Well, my assumption is somebody booked that person maybe 5 times the amount. And so said, okay, I'm going to go for the 5 times big rather than accept it. So they left the organization and said, that's the problem. If that person is not part of our association, we cannot discipline
Hmm.
that person, we cannot reprimand that person. So next time you go for someone who is part of the association.
Our president-elect Nirja has done a great job talking about ethics in India, so that's perhaps something you can look into. That was not at all what I thought you would say, the answer. I thought that your answer to my question would be, how do we get back more speakers again inside our community, inside our association? But you went into the market price and said, I'm so happy that you challenged me with that one and surprised me. That's really interesting. Okay, cool. Tell me, what is your next? You said that you have this more ambition now. You have the academy going on. Is there any other initiative that you foresee within the next 1 or 2 years?
Okay, we felt that if the organization is centralized, meaning to say Manila, and we have 3 major islands here in the Philippines, we feel like it's not going to help us in terms of recruitment of members efficiency. So we feel like we are going to establish chapters. And we're not just going to establish chapters. It can be a geographical chapter. It can be an organization chapter, meaning to say there's a big company and they want to develop speakers within them. You can put the association inside the organization. It can be an all-female organization of speakers. It can be all male. It can be all athlete. So we
Oh,
are
interesting. Yeah, yeah.
trying to come up with a sort of a model that we simply divide the membership by 2 and then let them operate on their own, let them do the program that we are doing here. So basically the expansion, the strategy is to really go out there and reach out rather than wait for them to build and then they come. We feel like it's more about we go there and then we build and then they come.
So having another type of, I mean, the regional one is the one that I heard every time. Every time we have chapters within an organization, within an association, it's about regions. So it could be like in the US, they have a number of different chapters based on region. And same, I think, in Canada, same in India, I think, same in South Africa, and so on. So that's chapters from a regional perspective. But you talk about another type of demographics here. Interesting. It's going to be fun to come back to you and see what you've done with it and what we can learn. The rest of us can learn as well. Cool. Yeah.
Because we thought, and during the our discussion, our meeting, we said, okay, maybe there's a group of architects, and that group of architects some of them are speaking, and they're not paid. So why not convert them as professional speakers? But they are architects. So the Architects Association can form a sort of a professional speakers that are architects. So let's see.
We're breaking new ground here. You're the pioneer. Nobody else have done it that way. So it's going to be very interesting to see. Hey, what would you expect? What would you hope that the Global Speakers Federation can support you with?
Oh, maybe I have seen enough, but I don't have any answer to that.
And if I ask another question, then, what is the benefit from being part of this global village where GSF is the umbrella?
Yeah, I also want to say, keep doing what you're doing.
Keep doing what we do. Okay. Or what they are doing now. I'm no longer at the board of GSF myself. This is something I do anyway, just to serve. Okay, but keep doing what they're doing. But what is it that they do in that case that you find especially good?
Yeah, providing support in terms of adding more value to our association by becoming part of that global federation. It means a lot for us.
What kind of value are we talking about then, Lloyd?
Market value. When people hear about, PAPS is part of the Global Speakers Federation, the value automatically, it's a part of a global village or community. So that's one in terms of market value. But also
from a brand perspective, you mean that this should be more like brand knowledge, awareness, and so on?
Right. So that's one. But number two is also being able to teach our leaders, our leadership. Before I come back as president, I have 1 or 2 presidents that became part of the board, and they learned leadership stuff from the federation as well. So being involved and doing this kind of support, one-on-one call, leader-to-leader call, we had that. I don't know if we still have that.
Yeah.
Leader-to-leader call, it helps. So those programs that aim to empower our leaders, very good help, because I understand that Global Speakers Federation is serving the association, not necessarily the membership. So it's good that we have that.
Lloyd, we're almost at the end of this. Anything I forgot to ask you at this point that you want to bring up?
No, I am just grateful that we have this kind of initiative that really pick the minds of the presidents and leaders, member association of the federation, and this initiative is going to make a lot of difference in terms of us learning from each other. So I'd like to thank you for having this, for taking on this initiative, and for asking those questions that I just
My
answered.
pleasure. If only we knew how much we know. Sometimes this is the way to get it out there so we can extract it. It's been a real pleasure talking to you as well, Lloyd. This is the first time we do that, so I'm happy that we have, and I'm sure it's not going to be the last time. So thank you so much for this.
All right.